Hello kittens! Silver here, and today I'm going to be doing a comparison video of my two versions of General the German Shepherd by Douglas Cuddle Toys. So we have the older version here on the right. This guy was the very first iteration of General that was produced by the company. And we have the newest version of General, who is actually still in production and still very readily available for purchase if you're interested in him. So this is the third and newest version of General. So they obviously differ in some very significant and telling ways just off the bat. The newer version has a lot more floof to his hair, or maybe a little bit more volume, you might say. Very, very fluffy head he has, whereas this one has sort of a shorter fringe around his face. The shapes of the muzzles are a little bit different. This one is a little bit narrower. Just the face overall is just a little bit leaner, whereas this one has a little bit more width to it. They are both 16-inch floppy dogs, but the older General is definitely the floppier of the two. Although I've noticed with Douglas, sometimes depending on the manufacture year, certain plush can be more floppy depending on what year they were produced. So this one was produced in 2021. So it's possible that maybe there were earlier versions of this particular General that were a little bit on the floppier side, but he is still quite floppy. But the earliest one definitely takes the cake in the floppy field. He was pre-owned as well, though, so that may also have some role in that. But they both have airbrush details around their heads. This one has a lot more, much darker airbrushing around his face, as you can see here. It's very dark black, and also on the tips of his ears. Whereas this one is a little bit more subtle. Again, that could be due to wear over time, since he was a pre-used or pre-owned plush. And also this version of General has a plastic nose, whereas this one had a pleather nose, although his did sort of end up wearing off, so it's mostly just cloth now. But originally he did sport that faux leather nose. So that was another difference between the two of them. It's funny, I happened to notice that the two of them have an identical floppy left ear, so these guys were clearly brothers from the start. I thought that was kind of ironic. But their fur texture and feel is pretty much identical. The black fur has a little bit more of a textured feel to it, whereas the tan fur underneath has a slightly softer edge to it. And they both have that sort of tail that points downward, like so. So this version of General, I believe, was produced in 2009, if I remember correctly. I know I've been through this once before, but let's see if I can actually fish it out here. Yeah, I think it was, yep, 2009. There was also a second version released between these two, which I don't own. But of the three, that one was probably my least preferred version. He is still very cute, but I was really just mostly aiming to get these two guys because they are my favorites. Both very different and both really, really sweet in their own sort of special ways. They both, of course, also have those amber brown eyes, but that sort of winged detail. His seemed appear to be a little bit larger, maybe. Could just be, maybe it's just a trick of the eye or the airbrushing that's kind of making it appear that way. And I did actually rename both of these guys. So this one is now Tanner. He's got his nice sparkly, kind of camo inspired military tag there. And he actually also has a military tag. This one is more kind of traditionally camo. It's not a sparkly tag, but here we go. So I named him Conrad. Oh, I'm having some trouble here. Here we go. There's Conrad's tag. There's a little matching collar. So those are the two versions of General that I have. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing them, and I'll be back again soon with some more plush goodness for you. I got tongue-tied there at the end, but thanks for watching, everybody. Bye!